Me, so I have it. It's fine. Hello.
Okay. Hello, we're live. And for the first time ever, Dylan was not having technical difficulties, although he did break his freaking chair, and it was funny, and I was the only one that saw it because Laura wasn't there. All right? Welcome to the snooze, everyone. We have a whole slew of things to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Snarkstock. It's happening on Saturday. We're going to talk about TV and whether or not the spring, late spring, early summer is a better time for shows, or is it just a problem with me? And then we're going to play a game and we'll talk about nonsense and stuff. But as usual, my co-host is with me tonight, my good friend and buddy Dylan. What's up, Dill?
Let's just say I'm having one of the worst days of my entire life I've ever had. I've got some sort of mojo, bojo, slow joe on me or something like that. I'm doing all right. How are you, Tony?
I am doing well, and I can't wait to hear the story of why you're having a bad day. We do have an extra special guest, and she's actually on 2 devices, but you're only going to see her on one because one of the devices is muted. Our very good friend and our supporter in birthdays, whenever we give birthdays, we get the birthday list from Laura. Oh, and happy birthday, Mike. It was his birthday this week. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Happy birthday, Mike.
So that's out to Official Pagan. And now she's putting the Post-it back on
Post
the
it
other
back
one.
on.
Hi, Laura. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Right. So when she talks
Can you
now,
hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. But when you talk now, because the audio is coming from the other computer, every time you talk, all we get is big purple on the screen. You see how it works? When I talk, I'm on the screen, and then when Dylan talks, he comes up on the screen. When you talk, all we get is
There you
purple.
go.
There you go.
Take that Post-it note off. Come on. We're good.
So,
All right, well,
Okay.
as Tony just mentioned, Laura's the one who sends us the birthday list. So I've got the birthday list for everybody today. For this month, starting June 9th and going through probably July 4th, because we're going to be on probably July 4th weekend or somewhere around there. June 14th, we have not just any, but the real Lydia O'Neill's birthday. So the real Lydia O'Neill's birthday is on June 14th. That's Flag Day. So happy birthday to Lydia, and wear flags. Maybe this is why we're having a bad day, because June 20th is my birthday.
really now? I didn't know your birthday was in June, Dylan.
Yeah, who knew that? Yeah, everybody in the world should know that by now. Thing 4, yes.
Thing 4. That's the answer to Scott's question. Which thing am I?
Thing 4. And our friend on June 23rd, our good friend Miss Terry Ivins, is her birthday is June 23rd.
Terry Ivins. You know, she said Kelly was a dick. I'm just pointing that out. She called Kelly a dick. I've got proof.
Nice. And June 27th, we've got our friend Mike, good old DH Gamer MR. He's out in California now, so good for you, Mike. Hope everything's going good for you. Now we jump to July. We got 2 birthdays on July 1st. Amber, Amber 2019, or Ambi, as all of our good friends like to call her. And our good friend Patrick Smith. His birthday is July 1st also, the Clitoricon, and our wishes and prayers go out to him as he's battling the cancer. So he's fighting good, so keep it going, Patrick. One of Tony's best friends in the world is coming up on July 3rd is Casey Wayland. His birthday is on July 3rd from Wayland Productions. And finally, Independence Day, July 4th, is the birthday of America. Oh, yeah, Jen Thulu also. So those are the birthdays till the next snooze. Back to you, Tony.
Okay, so next Thursday, are we going to do a Snarkstock wrap-up show?
Sure, if you want to,
Okay.
sure.
So next Thursday we'll do a 1 hour wrap up, and we will converse via email and see who the best, most likely people to invite to that. And Scott wants to know, or he's stating that he did not know that Laura had a twin. Uh, yes, one is the good one and one is the evil Laura. And it's impossible to tell them
Both
apart.
evil.
Both evil. Okay. So,
Both evil.
right before we came on, and before wow, the McNivnas are in Columbus, so they're halfway.
They're trekking on their way over to Snarkstock now. Way to go, John. And
Dylan was telling me a story right before we started out, and he has to share it with you guys. I stopped him. I said, no, save it. Okay. So at the beginning of the show, Dylan said he was having the worst day ever. I need to hear this story.
I don't know what's been going on, but this has been first off, this has been the week from hell. So I've been having pretty much a rough week all week. It's a new project, issues with that. Yesterday, I was grilling Italian sausage and hamburgers, and oh wait, the propane goes out halfway through the cooking of it. So I've just been having a rough day. But today took the cake. To start off with, I got up and was getting ready to go to work, and I grabbed my tennis shoes, which I put by the door. Find out they're wet, and I smell them, and it's cat pee.
Not lemonade.
Yeah, not
Not
lemonade.
Coca-Cola.
And I also know it's cat pee because there's a little bit of a puddle also around it, and it's yellow. So I know that unless I peed or Dawn peed or someone else peed on my shoes or the kids peed, it's kitty pee. It's like, okay, well, here's the problem. I was putting my shoes on, and I was already running a little late. So guess what? I wore wet pee cat shoes all day.
More proof for me how I have a better life without cats.
And then I had some work stuff, which I'm not even going to get into. That was just horrible. But then I come home. Dawn has to work late today because she has no backup at work, and she's getting totally trounced at work. So she needs to, get caught up on a lot of stuff because she wants to have the weekend free for Snarkstock. So she just wants to clear that out. So she was going to stay till about 7 o'clock, 7:30. She's usually home by 6:30. So she's staying an additional hour or whatever. So I decided, okay, I'm driving home. I was like, it's fine. There's 2 accidents up in Reisterstown. There was an accident in Reisterstown yesterday. Dawn didn't get home till like 6:50. Today there were 2 causing all kinds of traffic. So I wasn't able to get my kids until about like 5:50. Their after-school care closes at 6. I still made it in time, but there was traffic everywhere. It was moving slow as molasses, and it was pissing me off. So I get the kids. We get home. I'm getting dinner started, and let's see what else happened here. Then while I'm making dinner, I make spaghetti. So I'm making the spaghetti sauce, and I'm boiling water for the spaghetti and stuff like that. Some of the boiling water scalds my hand for whatever reason. Somehow it stirred or dropped something in, and it jumped out, and it scalded me. It didn't burn me too bad, but still hurt. And then I'm stirring the spaghetti sauce, and I must have stirred a little too hard because I stir it and it whips out, goes all over my pants onto the floor. So I got to clean that all up. So I'm getting the kids' table all set up, whatever, for dinner. I ram my foot into a post where we have a corner of our house. Nice big bruise on my pinky, on my little toe. The same toe as part of the foot that was in the cat pee-pee shoes that's already stained with cat pee already, so I got that added on to that.
So, to this point, have we washed the feet yet? Because you know how important feet are to me.
I actually haven't washed the feet yet. I took my socks off and I washed the shoes. My feet are still cat pee disgusting right now.
That's skanky.
I should
Nasty.
bring it up here. Let me bring it up here to the camera. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that's cool.
I'm not going to do that. No, it's okay.
No need to see that.
Then everyone who follows me on Twitter and stuff like that, they know I have a big issue with parking, even though it's a public parking, but you know what? There's unwritten law rules that you don't park. Everyone's given like 2 spots in front of your house, and they're your spots, and you don't want to park there because every family has 2 cars now. But our neighbors, they have a big extended family. They always seem to come over every day. So I'm watching them because they're behind my van and they're just sitting there, and I don't know if they're going to park there. It's like, what if I need to get out? There's an emergency and their damn car is going to be there. No, they're getting the people out, so I'm just watching them in the door, just watching them, nothing going on. And they have this snotty little teenage girl says something about, no, well, we can park here, blah, blah, blah. It's like, like as if I couldn't hear her. It's like, I could hear her. I can hear you. She goes, oh, I'm sorry, and then walks away. And then they proceed to pull into our parking spot. I tell them, my wife is working late, and you're going to make her walk? All right, whatever. And I close the door on them. So F that. So then I said, okay, dinner's cooking. I'm going to sit down, have some wine for a little bit. Actually, no, dinner's over already. No, it isn't. I can't remember now. It's all jumbled together. Regardless, I'm sitting down on this. It's after dinner. So I'm sitting down after dinner with a glass of wine. I'm drinking a little bit of it. And as I'm sitting, I'm putting the glass of wine down, and somehow it slips out of my hand, shatters all over our end table. Wine everywhere on the end table, wine on the carpet, glass chunks everywhere. So now I got to clean that up, and then Dawn walks in. And so she knows the bad day I'm having, so she comes and she helps clean up. And there's glass everywhere. And then I'm doing the snooze, and I'm sitting in this chair, and in a chair, and it breaks while I'm sitting in it. And so I have to get another chair. And I'm sure there's probably some other stuff I missed, but that's the bulk of it. Oh, yeah, and the cat also puked on the sofa. I had to clean that up as well. So that's my day.
That sounds like enough.
That sucked.
Yeah.
That sounds like more than enough stuff for a day. And I don't know if you guys can hear me or if I'm frozen.
Nah, you're all.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what else is going on here.
It's probably me, Tony. It's probably me.
But anyway,
You sound fine, Dylan. Tony is blah, 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 blah.
yeah, that's it. See, that sounds like that's me. And I'm just, if it happens, if it's, because the
So cool. So, Lamar, how you doing?
Let me tell you about my day.
All right, tell me about
I
your
go to work this morning. Okay, I go to work this morning, and my boss tells me to write myself a $1,000 check because I've had such a tough year. He gave me $1,000
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
I'd like to have a
to go on vacation. To go on vacation.
I would love to have.
I was not expecting it. I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. Thank you.
So can you guys hear me now?
Not really, buddy. You're still all squiggly, scrockly.
I'm
No.
going to leave and come back.
Okay. Tony's gonna leave and come back. And it usually
Bye-bye.
works. It usually
Bye
works.
bye.
And we're still gonna be able to be recorded, so we're still going out live though. So, so yeah, use your $1,000. Come to Snarkstock. Come on, you got it. Yeah, jump on the train.
Well, listen. Listen, I found out because I'm going to head down to Pensacola next week. Amy is going to be in the town right next door, so we're going to get together. And also, Julia, who is down in Florida right now, is supposed to be coming back home to Louisiana, and she'll be coming through, so I might get to meet up with her too.
Oh, that's awesome. Have your own little mini Snarkstock.
I know.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah.
And I get to see the baby.
You're gonna see little ass kicker.
Little cage. Yep.
I'm going to see him. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I
know.
think,
I can't wait.
I think I'm back. I think
Yeah. I can hear you, buddy. Yeah.
So
Yeah, you sound good.
We heard about Dylan's, and it's funny because the whole thing came up because Dylan wanted to know if I could hear his shoes in the background in the dryer. And we had a similar, well, we didn't have any cat pissing. Um, but, and I didn't tweet pictures of this. We had a turtle that was pretty sizable that had gotten up onto my porch, and it was just sitting in a corner, and everybody waited till I got home because they thought it had died. It was there all day, and so I went over to it, and it was in a corner, and it was behind a chair that we have on the porch. So when I got up to it, the damn thing hissed at me like a freaking cat, and it was a pretty big snapping turtle. And some people, oh, you should have just grabbed it by its tail. Well, its tail was under it, and in order for me to grab its tail, my hand would have had to pass its mouth first. And I have 10 fingers. I wanted to keep them. So it was out there all day long, so I didn't know if it was any kind of distress, so I threw some water on it. And then I did the thing that probably got rid of it. It had gotten up on the porch and, walked to the corner, and it turned around. And when it turned around, there was a chair in front of it, so it got scared. So I picked up the chair, and I moved it to the other side of the porch. I went back inside. I went outside 10 minutes later, and the turtle was gone. But it was a pretty big turtle. But that isn't the tie-in. That same day, one of my children had a little bit of a snit with her mother, and she decided that she was going to leave the house. Okay, so she grabbed a pillow, she grabbed her little elephant, she grabbed her car keys, and started going out. My wife was like, no, you're not going out. She took the car keys away from her, so the child went out through the back door. As soon as she went out the back door, the rain came down in buckets. It took less than 4 seconds for her to go outside and look like a drowned rat, and then she basically came back in the house and destroyed a just freshly mopped kitchen, which had to be mopped again. But her shoes were in the dryer just the other day. And I was like, you want to know something? You went to college for a year. You did a lot of growing up while you were there, but you come home and still act like a 5-year-old. I don't understand it. But anyway.
Oh, college.
Yeah. So I have a question now, and I want to know if it's just me, but right now I'm going to go through days of the week, okay, and tell you what I watch. 12 Monkeys is on Monday. Containment is on Tuesday. Wednesday, Wayward Pines. I don't watch anything on Thursday. However, I may watch Preacher off my DVR. Because we don't do this every Thursday. I don't watch anything on Friday except maybe I'll watch a movie on Chiller and whatever's going on Saturday. But isn't Doctor Who coming back soon, Dill?
I don't think so. I think the thing was coming that everyone was getting up in arms is that because it's going to be like another year or so before it comes out. They're pulling like a Sherlock almost.
Oh, wow, I hate when they do that crap. But then now we get to Sunday, okay? And it gets even better because right now I'm watching Game of Thrones, Penny Dreadful, and I like Preacher. But this Sunday, The Last Ship is coming back. And The Last Ship is great because usually The Last Ship is a precursor to The Strain, which, for some reason, I always have those two shows associated with each other, The Strain and must be hot over there. So, now, is it just me? Is it my problem? Or are there better shows on TV this time of year than there are, like, from September? And I'm not talking about The Walking Dead, because what I'm getting at is, during the fall and the winter, there aren't a lot of shows that I watch. The Walking Dead when it comes on, Fear,
Z Nation.
Z Nation, but there isn't a lot of shows. I mean, right now I am watching almost a show and a quarter a day, which I never have a show every day of the week that I watch because usually there isn't enough on TV.
I'll tell
So
you
it's-
why. No, I'll tell you why, Tony. I think you're absolutely right, and the main reason why is because that period from September to say January, February, and even further, if you think about it, not everybody does it, but it's a huge industry. Football, college football, the World Series wrapping up. Sports is huge that end of the year, so a lot of people don't want to throw their more creative stuff on there because they're thinking that people aren't going to want to watch it because there's your Saturday night football for college, you got your Sunday football, Monday night football, Thursday night football, you've got college on Friday also, and then plus a lot of the networks, they do their shows that people watch just for fun, because I'll admit, I think that what the point is with the way the shows that you all mentioned, a lot of them, Wayward Pines, I guess maybe is the exception, are on cable networks, and they are able to get away with a lot more stuff than say a regular network station. But now that the networks have got their season basically done, May Sweeps is done, they can start throwing all their crazy and wild stuff out there as we get Wayward Pines for. That's just my opinion. I think despite that, I know a lot of people might not like sports. I think, Laura, you don't like sports, but regardless, it is a huge deal in the country, and it's televised all over, and it makes big ratings, So I think you're absolutely right, Tony.
what do you think, Laura? Is it me, or is
I
it the shows
think
are just better?
no, I don't. I don't think it's you. I think the shows are better. Some of my favorite shows come on in the summertime. I love The Last Ship. That is one of my favorite shows. And I watch pretty much the same shows that you do, but I can always find something because my guilty pleasure is Bravo, and they always have something going on Bravo. I watch all the Housewives, all that stuff. So when there's nothing on TV, I can always go and watch that.
Okay, so one of the things that I do, like last night, while there was nothing on TV and I found myself with nothing to do, I was watching a show on, I think it may have been Science, which, extreme engineering, where they actually, this particular show was on the Virginia class Navy submarine, and it was just amazing. But I watched that, I don't tweet that stuff, but I mean, I could find like River Monsters, or when the Bigfoot shows are on, I watch those with Scotty all the time. Like, I love the Bigfoot shows, and especially finding these type of things. But they're not the type of shows that I go out of my way to watch, which maybe I'm not expressing that. Like Preacher, I am DVRing that, and Game of Thrones has only got a couple of episodes left, and Penny Dreadful is going strong, but it's on at 10, so it's kind of working out. Sometimes I'll watch Game of Thrones and I'll watch Penny Dreadful, or sometimes I'll DVR Preacher and Penny Dreadful, and I'll watch them at another time. I was watching Gotham, loved Gotham, but I was just the time of year that it's on, it's always out picking, running, doing something over there, and I was always missing half of it. And usually, during the fall, we're always running around. So maybe I don't have as much time, but if I really wanted to, I could find time to watch Gotham. And it just lost me. I loved it in the beginning, and it just lost me. So.
No, I mean, as I said, yeah, I think a lot of the best shows that are out there now are, as I said, the ones that don't really have any networks breathing down their neck about it. As I said, Wayward Pines is the exception since that's on Fox. But the sci-fi, they're one of those shows. They'll gladly give a show a couple seasons to breathe just to see what it comes with, and then they might make the decision, you know what, we've got all this other backlog of stuff coming our way that we want to slot it in somewhere. We can't afford, this show is underperforming. Maybe this show will do better. We'll give, they gave it 2 seasons. Like Helix is a good example. I don't think Helix was ever really big ratings grabber, but at least they gave it a second season, and unfortunately they did because it was so good and you wanted more. But at that time they thought, okay, we've got all this other stuff coming up, The Expanse and 12 Monkeys and Winona Judd and Winona Earp and all that coming up. We may as well cut some shows that are underperforming, like that one with the Heroes. I forget that one, the last of the season or something like
Killjoys?
that. No, not Killjoys. That's coming back for season. This was a one and done season. I forget what it's called, but it was like, anyway. It gives them a chance to breathe a little bit, and FX. I've watched a couple of episodes of The Americans, and what I've seen, I've loved The Americans. So it's at a weird time for me, and I don't have enough room on my DVR to do it. So, and it's one of those really dense shows that you got to watch. That's on FX. Fargo is another good one. It's a dense show, again on FX. It's giving you a chance to breathe, to let them do things. Game of Thrones, obviously HBO, Penny Dreadful on Showtime. They can run away with stuff. I'm ecstatically excited for next year when Twin Peaks is coming on to Showtime. I got to get Showtime so I can watch Twin Peaks now. So and they've got, and then Netflix. If you want to throw Netflix into that as well, they're given they've got a lot of really good original shows starting to pop up as well. And again, they don't really have anyone they have to listen to. They give them money, they do the show. If you perform, we'll give you another season. If you don't perform, we're going to drop you. End of story. But at least they let you breathe a little bit. Networks nowadays are like, you don't get a good enough rating, we're going to axe you right now. It doesn't matter. We got a million other shows ready to come and go. But the cable networks are able to give you a chance to breathe. Go on, Tony.
Yeah, I was originally. Go ahead, Laura.
I was supposed to say, you do, when you watch the main channels, you get whiplash because they do not give anybody a chance. And I have also found that a lot of the really good shows that we like to watch, they're all jamming them in on one night. So, like you said, Sundays, we got about 5-6 shows that we like to watch, and so you gotta report them and stuff. And I watch Game of Thrones. I don't have HBO. I have a way of watching it. I'm gonna hook you up, dealing with the Showtime. I can get you there because I started watching Twin Peaks about 2 weeks ago. I have a website I'm gonna send you to. I'm not gonna tell it on the air. I'll tell you afterwards, though. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I mean, there's ways of watching it, but like I was initially a little bit upset that they moved 12 Monkeys to Monday, and I think maybe that's a good move for that show because Friday night would not be a good time. This time of year, I'm thinking, because people are out and nobody's watching. Nobody's sitting home to watch TV, but people may be home on a Monday or a Sunday to watch TV. And I said it on Sunday, and I got retweeted by a lot of people that last Monday's episode was probably the best episode of any show ever. And Dylan, are you watching, or are you letting it pile up on your DVR? How's that working out for you?
I don't have room in my DVR. It's a bad time now. I got to clear out stuff. I guess I could find the time. It's just right now I just don't want to because my day is pretty much set, and my evening starts around 9 o'clock, and after working hard, and I go to work the next day, I gotta, I don't want to stay up too late. I'm exhausted and tired, so I don't really sit down and watch shows. It's one of those that I've heard a lot of good things about, and I trust your judgment and a lot of other people's judgment as well on it. I've got the first season on my DVR, but I just never got around to recording the second season yet. It's one of those things where I might decide just to go out and buy the DVDs and watch them when I get a chance, or if it ever gets its way to Netflix or Amazon or whatever, which we both have, we can watch them.
Yeah. Well, at 10:30, like you mentioned, by 10 o'clock, I am in bed reading. I may not be sleeping, but usually I start reading at 10 o'clock. And, you know, a lot of people watching Winona Earp, sorry, I fell asleep twice watching that show. And if I fall asleep once, you know, usually, especially if it's 10 o'clock show, I'll DVR it just in case I decide, like, hey, you want to know something? I want to see the rest of this, but I'm going to go to bed. But if I actually fall asleep while I'm watching it, it only gets one more shot. And the next week I fell asleep on it again. And so,
no, and that's fair. I love the show. I think it's fantastic. I mean, everyone has their what they like, what they don't like. I love the show, and it keeps getting better for me. But hey, if it makes you fall asleep, then it makes you fall asleep. Nothing you can do about it, you know.
Okay, but yeah, there is a consensus that there is a couple of nights, and it just seems to me that like Tuesday and Thursday nights are weird nights. But see, I just can't watch cop shows. I'm tired of cop shows on, and every network has just so many cop shows, and I'm just tired. That I couldn't watch that show with the time traveling cop. Everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." It's a cop show. The only difference is the one chick came back from the future, and she's in the past, and she's doing stuff. But it's basically a cop show. I don't want to see a cop show. If I wanted to see a cop show, I'd watch a cop show with real cops. You know, I like things that are different, like Containment. It's a sin show. You know, it's not spectacular. It's not phenomenal, but it's good.
Is that still?
Wow, what if the Lourdes is gone?
Is this still going on?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a one and done. It wasn't on this week, but it's coming back next week. So,
well, last year, CW, I think that's the channel it comes on, they did another series that was a one done, and they stuck to it. It was a really good show about the apocalypse and hell and all that stuff, and they stuck to the fact of one and done. They didn't under the dome us. So I think they'll stick to it. And if they could do that every summer, that would be great.
Yeah, and you know, CBS toyed with that once before with, I don't know, I've mentioned this before, probably on Snarkstock Radio, but Harper's Island, okay, that was from like 10 years ago, and that was like the first time someone, I think it was the first time someone did a one and done summertime show, and it was really good, but there was no way they could have done a second season. Oh, I forgot one show. I am watching Scream with my younger daughter. Okay, the problem with Scream though is on MTV and it comes on at 11 o'clock at night, so we don't watch that. You know, we DVR it, and then you know, we pick a time that it fits her schedule, and we sit down and we watch it together. We haven't watched this week's episode yet, so we may actually end up doing a binge one day soon.
Did you like the first season?
Yeah, so the first season was pretty damn good. And I will tell you, this weekend, it just so happened that I was home. My wife was home, and one of the kids was home, the little one. And she's like, "Ooh, Scream is on." And I was like, "What channel is it on?" And she's like, "HBO." I was like, "Okay, I'm in." Because I can't watch that movie if it's on like TNT or TBS. You know, if they're gonna cut it and pop commercials in, can't watch it. Sat down. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I said to myself when it was done, and I've seen that movie a lot of times. I sat there thinking, wow, you know something? That movie still stands up. Like, it's still a good movie. And it's probably like one of those movies where I measure all the rest of the horror movies and slasher films by, because it was just so well done. But that's Wes Craven. You know, what can you say about Wes Craven? You can't say anything bad about him. And he's the one behind the Scream TV show, before he died. I think he died like right after they finished the first season. But that you might be able to see on MTV.com. You might be able to watch it if anybody's looking for something horror to watch. It's not that horrible, but it pretty well done show. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it with my kid.
Well, that's good. I mean, as I said, I really think it's the cable networks and the Netflix. You can get away with a lot more, and that's what makes those shows so good, is because you're not hampered by having to deal with, you know, the suits and you know, the ratings boards and stuff like that. So, you know, you can get away with a lot more stuff and do a lot more, and actually let it give a chance to breathe a little bit. I mean, that's what's great about Fargo. I haven't seen an episode of Fargo, but I know a lot of people who have. I've got the first two on DVD, but the fact it's an anthology series. You don't need to have the same characters, but you can connect it some sort of thread in a way, and it's a little bit different. It's you know, if you like the movie, it's a little bit different from the movie, but it's something a little bit different than you see on TV now, or from what I heard, it's what it is. Or The Americans is another good one, or any of these things that are good. And who knows what we got coming up this summer. I mean, at this point, I really don't know what else is rolling through here. But you know, usually, yeah, you'll find a lot of good stuff, and it's no longer a dumping ground. That's what the summers used to be, was a dumping ground. You know, they would play reruns of the shows that were on during the fall and the spring, and then they'd also dump, you know, specials and stuff like that, or shows that, well, we gave it 6 episodes, it just didn't work for us. Let's just burn them off, maybe see if anyone watches. I will say this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that's why Under the Dome took off, and that's why. But they murdered that show because it was a blockbuster. Like if it got those ratings during the fall, it would have stuck around. But to get those ratings in the summer was phenomenal because it's technology. It's the same reason that you don't see people out in the streets anymore. Like in my old neighborhood, people used to be out in the street all the time. Everybody's got air conditioning. Well, back when we were younger, when I was a kid, you know, nobody had VCRs. You know, when I got a little bit older, people started to get VCRs. But back then, hey, sometimes the summer was great because if there was a show that you liked, like a sitcom or something, and you wanted to catch one of those episodes that you may have missed, you'd be able to catch it that way. You know, that's how you caught up on a show if you wanted to catch up on a show. Now, most people don't do that. You know, hey, they've got 2 shows on at the same time. I'll watch one tonight. I don't watch anything tomorrow. I'll watch this tomorrow. Or I'll get around to it on Sunday while everybody else is watching football. Laura is watching Penny Dreadful, whether she's streaming it or she's watching it off her DVR. Which is, and I will say, Penny Dreadful, probably one of the best shows on TV right now as far as the characters go and the writing goes. It is a phenomenal show. So, Laura, you should share that Showtime thing with Dylan, too. Because he would, if you like the classic monsters, okay, Dracula, the Wolfman, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, those type of characters, if you like those, it's a great show. But that's enough of that.
Well, no, what's great, though, just real quick, and then we can move on to the next thing. One of the greatest summer successes was one of my favorite shows of all time, Northern Exposure. That was put on during the summer, one summer. The first season was, hey, we got this story. We don't know how well it's going to do. Let's play it. It's the 6 episodes for the season. They played it. It went gangbusters, so they gave it an additional 6 episodes and had that run during the spring, and it did gangbusters also. So, okay, we'll give it a regular slot in the fall, and then that's when the 3rd season started in the fall, and then it lasted for 3 more seasons after that. So that was one of the few success stories back in the early 90s, which came out during the summer and was successful. But yeah, during that time, not a lot of success came out of the summer. Nowadays, it's almost, hey, it doesn't matter, you know, it'll come out during the summer, you know, we'll watch these 6 episodes or 10 episodes, 13 episodes, and then it'll disappear, but it'll be back next summer. 2nd season.
How come a network never did things in reverse? And when I say in reverse, okay, instead of throwing out summers the way they used to do years ago, where, like you said, it was just reruns and maybe a made-for-TV movie here and there, for the most part, nothing. Like, I remember, like, they used to have things like Battle of the Network Stars and, like, shitty shows like that on. It may have been new programming, but it really was, just the guys that are on these shows on this network will be doing some silly things and competing for nothing. What if they would have done something like, do you remember when Dallas was at its height of popularity and Who Killed JR and all that shit? What if they would have ended the season and then started up again in July? Don't you think those people would have been like, oh, I gotta watch Dallas? Or,
Oh, yeah.
nah, I don't got time. That people would have watched it. And they would have been able to, hey, because it's what networks do all the time. If there's a show that they want people to get exposed to, and they've already got a popular show, they put new shows on before it and after it. So people that are going to tune into that show, oh, look at this. This looks interesting. Maybe next week I'll turn on the TV a little bit earlier and watch this show before I watch that one. And likewise on the back end, oh, Friends is on. What's the show after Friends? Oh, I'll watch this because that way I don't have to get up and change the channel. Because back in the day, you had to get up and change the channel. Which now everybody can change the channel on their TV with their cell phone. And if you can't, you need a new cable provider. And Lee loves Northern Exposure, but at this point, yeah, stop playing with your TV because I believe unless there's anything. Oh, we didn't even do Snarkstock preview. We got to do that real quick.
Okay, it'll be real quick. Snarkstock is going to commence at 10:30 a.m. in Baltimore City. We are going to be meeting up on the outside of the Gem Museum, which is a pop culture museum. It's got everything that was, popular separated into decades. So like the 1900s to 1910, this is what kids were played with and was popular, advertised and stuff like that. 20s, 30s, 40s, all kinds of the collections that he had into the 80s and 90s. There's also, it's run by Steve Jeppy, who owns Diamond Comics, who's the only comic book distributor in the country and used to be my boss. He's also one of the owners of the Orioles. And he has the biggest comic collection you've ever seen. And they're all behind glass. Well, not all of them, but the big expensive ones are behind glass. He's got the really, really ones that he could sell for $1 million now if he wanted to. He has them behind glass, and you can take a look at them. So it's a neat little thing. It's right there next to Camden Yards. The Orioles are out of town this weekend. They're in Canada playing Toronto, so no Oriole magic, no Orioles game, no Oriole craziness. So downtown's going to be a little not as crazy. Also, Hunfest is going on, which I didn't know at the time, but Hunfest is one of our annual traditions in the Hamden section, which is more of the working blue-collar, working-class area with the women with the beehive haircuts and the Huns and the all kinds of activity. It's a huge event, and it does really well. So,
Hung, H-U-N-G, you're saying who's the Hung the best?
No, Hun.
What?
No, Hun, H-O-N, like honey. It's how we talk. We call you Hun, Lara Hun. Sorry, I'm not hung.
Okay.
Right. You heard it here first. Dylan is not hung.
And then we're gonna have probably a
What are we doing?
we're gonna have a lighter lunch because we're having an early dinner on Snarkstock Day. So we're going to go to Dempsey's Brew Pub, which is right there in the right by the Camden Yards. So it's going to be nice. And then the Inner Harbor is ours. We're going to go to Federal Hill. We'll do some boat riding. We might go to the Top of the World. We'll do some shopping at Harbor Place. Might go to the AVAM, the American Visual Arts Museum. Then we're going to a nice dinner at the Pratt Street Ale House. We've got a private room with a balcony that overlooks the harbor, so that should be pretty cool. Then after that, we are making our way over to Fells Point, for a ghost walk. Fells Point is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Baltimore and is considered to be one of the more haunted in Baltimore. So they do a daily ghost walk, visiting the sites of a lot of the hauntings and stuff like that. Fells Point is filled with old buildings that have been around since 1700s, 1800s that have been renovated on the inside, so they're bars and restaurants and stores and stuff like that. And there's even, people live down there too. And the TV show Homicide had their headquarters down there too. They built a set right on one of the piers, and it's still there now. I think you can go in and take a look around there. But we're going to go on a ghost tour. But because we have so many people, we got about 25 people, we have our own tour. So they're going to be giving they're going to give the regular tour at 8 o'clock, and then the Snarkstock get their own tour at 8:30. So should be good. After that, it's whatever anyone wants to do. You'll probably go back to maybe the hotel and party down there, or leave if you want to leave, or whatever. So should be a blast. This year we do have T-shirts. I'm actually going to be getting the transfers in for the T-shirts tomorrow, and I'm going to have one of my Heat Seal ladies do the T-shirt transfers for me. So look good for me. Tony, I got you one because you're the head Snark, Alex. So I got you one. I'll mail it out to you when I get them done.
You can just give it to Mike. He'll bring it up.
Oh yeah, I can give it to Mike. Yeah, absolutely, I'll give it to Mike. Absolutely, that works. So, and that's really about it. And then we'll see what happens Sunday. There's talk of meeting for brunch, but it's going to be probably more for the Snark Alex who are staying at the hotel out by the airport. There's a nice little brunch area out there. Dawn and I are actually going to be housing Myrna and Jerry, so we're going to be housing them, so that should be fun.
So I am not going to Snarkstock, unfortunately. There's some scheduling conflicts that came up, but all you have to do is look at your TV listings, and you'll look at Sunday. I am having a big awards gala, and I'm involved with that. So just look at the schedule and see what's on Sunday night, and you'll know exactly what I mean.
Awesome. You will be missed, but we understand. Not a big deal. We should have a blast, and we'll see what happens. We'll talk more about it next week, and when we do a little bit of a recap of what's going on. So hopefully it's going to be good. I'm a little. We were talking about weather before the show, Tony. This is another prime example. Earlier in the week, they were saying that Saturday was going to be gorgeous, 80, 81 degrees and sunny. Not anymore. It's going to be a brutal 90 degrees with humidity, so it's going to be a little bit brutal. The possibility of maybe a thunderstorm passing through, but right now it seems like just a possibility right now. So if it does, we've got plenty of places we can lay low for a little bit. I mean, we had a rainstorm last year at Philadelphia's Snarkstock, so it's a tradition for the Snarkstock.
Well, yeah, and that was the problem with we had everything that day. It was hot and muggy, and then we had some storms come through, but after the storms came through, it was gorgeous. And the problem with planning something like that is, what do you do? And we had plans for both eventualities. However, we didn't realize how much fun it was going to be at Eastern State, and we actually stayed there a little bit longer than we thought. And by the time we got downtown, it was too late to do anything else but go to where we were having dinner. And we actually showed up at that place an hour early, and they still took us in, which was really cool. But it's kind of hard when you're doing something like a Snarkstock, because it's not like we're renting a big room and we're going to be in a big room all day and eating and watching a movie and doing something like that, which eventually I'd like to be able to do something like that too, where we have, hey, we're going to be in a room, a couple of big screen TVs, see a movie, everybody's sitting there and tweeting at the same time, and see if we could blow up like the local Twitter and shit. That would be, okay, it's the Tony Awards. The Tony Awards are on Sunday, okay?
Gee.
Crucify me. Tony Awards.
You know what? I'm talking to you right now. I'm going to boo you on Twitter right now.
But I have a comment for Lee. Lee, there have been there have been 2 Snarkstocks because Snarkstock 2016 hasn't happened. She says, oh man, you guys always do the ghost shit when I'm not attending. You came to the first Snarkstock that was up in North Jersey. Okay, we hung out at a diner and had something to eat, then we went to Jerry's house. It was haunted in Jerry's house. It was.
It possessed Myrna. Oh my
Myrna
God.
got possessed. Everybody knows that. Thank you for the brew, Dylan. I appreciate it. So we went to Eastern State last year, and there's a Phelps Point ghost tour this year. So I don't make it sound like there have been like dozens of Snarkstocks and dozens of ghost tracking stuff that has happened. It hasn't been that way.
Right.
There's only been 1 so far in the books. 3 Snarkstocks, well, 2 Snarkstocks, 1 hasn't happened yet. So.
And who knows? You know, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. I think it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be neat seeing a lot of some new people we haven't. There's going to be some that we see all the time. Myrna and Jerry are going to be there. I got to tell you this, Tony. Due to it's hard, as you said too. It's hard to try to schedule these things. Whatever. When we were scheduling Snarkstock this year. We couldn't do last weekend because Noelle's dance recital was last weekend, so we wouldn't have been able to attend. And since it was in Baltimore, it would have been kind of crappy if we couldn't attend because it was right here, you know. But so we just said we picked this date. So we started the plans, we got everything moving, we got working, and then I got a message from my sister. Your nephew is graduating on June 11th, on Saturday from high school. I was like, I wish you had told me sooner because I've got people coming in from out of town. So to appease my sister, I mean, there was a few things. She said it's okay. I talked to her about it. She said it was okay because she's gonna be throwing in a graduation party for him. There's gonna be like 200 people, you know, and I wouldn't really get a chance to see him all that much because he's going to be with all his friends, stuff like that. So we're going to go down to see my sister next weekend for Father's Day weekend. We're going to go down the 18th, and it'll just be us and them. So it'll be a bit more intimate, more of a gathering of family instead of, oh, hey, you came, good. No, go over there. We got 200 other people we got to deal with.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But that was so, as I say, the planning was tough. But because of that, all our babysitting options are going to be in Virginia.
Okay.
With the exception, and then we get to my wife's side. My mother-in-law is traveling this weekend. She's, I think, going out to Colorado to visit her sister. My father-in-law is working all weekend, or on Saturday at least. We don't want to take them down to my sister-in-law all the way down to Virginia also. So we're going to go to their Aunt Catherine, Dawn's sister Catherine, lives out in Columbia. Only problem with that is they've got stuff going on in the morning, but the afternoon they're going to be fine. So what's going to happen is the kids, you're going to get to meet the kids. The kids are going to come with us to the Gem Museum and probably have lunch with us, and then Dawn's going to take them to Columbia and get them set up at her sister's house, and then Dawn will be back in time for dinner, okay, and the ghost walk. So she will be back for that. But what I want to tell you, Tony, is that I was talking to the kids about what's going on this weekend and so like that, and Noelle was like, do I get to see Mr. Tony? I was like, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Tony can't make it. She's like, oh.
They are so cute. They are adorable kids, and they're very respectful, and you can tell that Dylan and Dawn, 2 thumbs up as far as being moms and dads. Great kids. They are great kids.
Yeah.
And whenever we do a hangout, like when we were doing Snarkstock stuff, and one of the kids was, hey, bring the kid over, let me talk to Noah. Let me talk to Noah. They're so good.
So all you Snark fans have been wanting to meet the kids, you'll be able to get to meet the kids.
So now, with that all said, next Thursday we're probably going to have, we'll call it Snooze, but it'll be basically a Snarkstock wrap-up. And I'm sure there'll be lots of pictures and stories that come out of Snarkstock. And, I'll put stuff on make some space on the website. We'll put some pictures up, and we'll get all of the good, funny stories. And Dylan will give me a list of attendees who may or may not want to attend. that little hangout, and
Yeah.
we'll do a talking Snarkstock next week. Maybe that's what I'll call
That's
that.
what you call it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do maybe some live videotape on Facebook. You're allowed to do that now, where you can record yourself live, or I might just record a bunch of because of the way the weekend is. I don't know if I'm going to do a Dylan Knows this weekend because it is my weekend with Jerry, and since she's going to be here, there's always ways we can maybe work around it, but I don't know how we're going to do it if we're in the same that type of thing. So I might just record a bunch of stuff and then say, this is Dylan Knows Snarkstock, and then just show, a bunch of different things going on. So, there'll be lots of pictures, there'll be lots of video, there'll be lots of fun, I think, and it should be a blast.
So, having said that, we talked about Snarkstock. Now it comes down to, and I need a piece of paper because I need to keep score because we are going to play a game. And hold on a second. And I hope Scotty is still around because he likes the name that tune type of games. And
Oh gosh.
what I was going to do, and it did change. I was going to do a bunch of one-hit wonder songs. However, I could not find enough songs in the format that I needed that we could play here in a hangout and not get tagged for it, A. And B, some of the songs that I could find, if I played them for you and you listen to them, you'd never be able to guess what song it was until I told you what it was, and then you'd say, nah. So, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Do we want to do it like Jeopardy, where I start to play a tune and you both put your hand up, and whoever puts their hand up first gets a shot at naming the tune? Or do we want to do what I've done in the past, where, like, okay, Dylan, this song is for you, and play the song, and you get first crack at it, and if you can't name the song, then pass it over to Laura. So Laura's thumbs upping that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the way it'll go. I'll start to play a song, and we'll start with Laura because she's the guest. We'll start to play a song, and when Laura thinks that she knows it, she'll put her hand up. At that point, I'll stop playing it. And if she guesses wrong, then at that point you get to steal. Okay?
Okay.
And the points are all subjective. So, hold on a second. Okay, so the first one is going to be for Laura. And all of these songs should be very easy to identify. So, are you ready? Get this over here, and
I think I'm ready.
Dylan knows it.
I do.
Is it with it?
Yeah.
Is that with
she
it?
got it. Yeah, she got it.
Whip It. That's 5 points for Laura. She got Whip It.
Yay!
Okay, bonus points. What's the band?
Devo.
Devo?
Is it Devo?
Yeah, okay. So that's
Uh-huh.
extra 50 points for naming the band. Not every time will you get the option of getting bonus points. Okay, so that means, and what I need to do is I need to get this just a little bit closer because it is just a little bit too far away. That way I don't have to bend over. You see, I have my Bose speaker here is what
Nice.
I'm playing to. So,
So anyone look for a birthday present, I'll take a Bose speaker. I'll do that.
and this is actually Bluetooth also, so you, like, if you're streaming from your phone, this will work. So the next one is for Dylan, and it goes like this. Wait for it.
I'd walk 5,000 miles. I'd walk 5,000 miles.
5,000
And
miles
I
is this
would
one.
walk 5,000 miles, and I would walk 5,000 more.
That's 1 point for Dylan for getting it right. Dylan, can you tell us who sings that song?
Hell no.
That is wrong, so we take away your point.
That's fine. Let me just tell you a story about that song. And maybe you picked it for a reason. I hated that song for the longest time, and then gradually it started to grow on me. But every time I heard it, I was like, stop it.
Okay. So, yeah, it's one of those.
Can I answer the bonus question and get the bonus points?
No, because you Googled it. I saw you.
Dead from you, computer.
I gave you. You're already beating Dylan 55-0 because he couldn't guess, and I took his 1 point away.
I want more.
She wanted
More.
She wanted 56 to nothing.
Okay, so the next one for I'm gonna drive Dylan crazy. I'm gonna drive Dylan crazy. So this one is for Laura. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Oh, and if I use the right mouse, it'll work. Wait for it. Oh, Dylan, you're gonna hate it when I tell you.
So we're going to play the whole song?
Stop.
I don't know it.
Okay. Now watch Dylan. Watch Dylan.
You're
REM.
kind of the whole show. You've been kind of in and out, so it's.
Really?
Go ahead.
That doesn't sound like any REM song I've ever heard before.
Everybody hurts.
Oh, I would.
Oh, that
I
was
wouldn't know that.
weird
I wasn't
version
into
of
them.
that.
Well, it's all MIDI. It's all MIDI, but I mean,
I know.
we got to the hook. But I mean, the way that song starts out is the way REM starts out with that. Okay, nobody gets any points for that one.
Damn.
So this one is for Dylan, and we're gonna go with this song here. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Is it Barbie Girl? It's not Barbie Girl. It is Barbie Girl, isn't it? And it's sung by Aqua. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't ask. Did I ask you for the band?
No, you didn't.
Okay. I'll give you. I'm going to give you. Just because Laura was being greedy, I'm going to give you 55 points. So right now you're both tied.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Let me get rid of some of these because I don't want to accidentally hit something that I've already played. And where is Everybody Hurts? There's Everybody Hurts. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this one for Laura. Are you ready?
Go.
It's not whip it.
Aha. And it just blew up.
No. I stopped it because
Okay.
I'm looking at Laura. She's doing a nail. She's hoping from some help from Twitter, maybe. I don't know. Either that or she's taking a really hard dump.
No, my computer's over there. No, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like Tears for Fears, but I
Oh no, it's
can't
not.
think of it.
That's not Tears for Fears.
It's not?
No, it's not. But no, it's one
I
of those
don't
that
know.
you hear the
You're
song and
going to have to send it over.
nah, you know what? I'm the same way too. I know the
Run
song.
away, I've got to get
Run
away
away.
from the pain
Away.
for a major
Tainted Love. That's what it is. Tainted Love. Yes, Tainted Love
Oh,
by Soft Cell.
God, yeah.
soft cell. And I'm going to give Dylan 5 points for that. And I had a saying.
It's one of those that, yeah, I know exactly what you meant, Laura. It's one of those that I was listening to. I was like, I know the song, but I can't think of the name of it right now, so you have to keep running through your head.
Yeah.
It's from that era where it was electronic and electronic drums and, and that's why I said it's not Whip It because we already did Whip It, So some of these are new wavy and some of them aren't. But like I said, at the beginning, I was looking for one-hit wonders, and some of them were I couldn't even find the song, or some of them were kind of like you said. Everybody Hurts didn't sound like an REM song. It does sound like it, but there was stuff that was like, yep, seriously, that's what that song is? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So, that was a Laura song that Dylan stole. So I'm going to go with hold on. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. I think this one should be very easy for Dylan. I'm just guessing it should be very easy for Dylan. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Is this Stray Cat Strut?
No, you want to know what it is?
I don't. It's not Stray Cat Strut, no.
No, for some reason, it is really, really bassy, and when I play this without the speaker, it's not as bassy as the Bose system makes it. So I just want to try doing it from the beginning again, but I'm going to let you hear it right from the PC itself, just to see if it makes a difference. So you can hear the piano now.
I can't hear anything.
Ah, okay.
I can't hear it either.
Where the hell are the speakers on this thing? Okay. Yeah, it sounds a lot different. I didn't play a lot of these on the boat, but it does sound a lot different. It's the end of the world as we know it.
All right, I can hear it now. Okay, I got it. When you're playing it. See,
Yeah,
funny
totally.
thing is, though, REM was not a one-hit wonder. Hello.
No. I said I started out
You were
looking
trying
for
to,
one.
right?
I
Yeah.
was trying to do one-hit wonders, and they either didn't sound. Now, meanwhile, when I was doing this the other day, I was using that computer and I was playing them on that computer, but I didn't know anything about it. So I got the Bose thing, and it seems like the Bose thing is a hell of a lot bassier than the regular PC. So nobody gets any points. That was a Dylan song. So now we go back to Laura. And okay, this one.
I can't hear you very good, Tony, so I'm not hearing the music very good.
Are you having a problem hearing the music, Dylan?
I can get bits and pieces of it, yeah, but it's a little tough.
Let's try it. This one should be easy. You ready?
Let us know if you can hear it, Laura.
Go.
Could you hear it, Laura?
I'm just getting so much backbeat and static that I really can't hear it good.
Dylan, will you have a problem with it? Because I'm going by the audio thing at the bottom. So if I'm not seeing my light move, I bring it closer and move it away.
I heard it. I know what it is. I'm actually going to go see them in concert
Well,
with
I can't. I can't even hear Tony talking clearly. It's just coming in and out and in and out.
Is there any way you can try doing that without that thingy plugged in? And if we can't hear you for some reason and you can't hear us, then plug it right back in by all means. But you can see what it sounds like. Do we sound better now? Can you hear me better?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I can always hear you.
Okay.
Okay, it sounds a little better.
Okay, so I'm gonna back this up just a little bit and give you another like 10 seconds of it. All right.
Can I give her a hint?
It's something that is referenced a lot on Twitter, especially by me. Any idea?
I have no idea.
Dylan?
Is it Shut Up and Dance With Me?
Oh, dude.
No?
Smelly cat.
8675309. 867.
It sounds a hell of
Should
a
have
lot
known
like
that.
Dance With Me.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something. And I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna stop picking you guys. If you know it, put your hand up.
Okay.
Because I've been going by puzzle looks. So let's see if this one should be. This is almost an iconic song, and I'll let it get to the hook. And if you don't know by the hook, I'll stop.
Yeah, it's not that easy to hear. That's better. You're unbelievable.
That's it.
Oh!
Okay. Unbelievable. So that's a point for Dylan. So Dylan's got 61 and Laura's got 55. She needs some points here, or else we're going to have to do some shenanigans. Okay. Let's try this one. And let's see if you guys can guess this one.
I know this one is. I'll let Laura see if she can get it. You got it, Laura?
I know the tune, but I'm not real good with names of songs, but I know the tune.
Science! She blinded me with science.
Very
Weird
good, Dylan.
No, she blinded me with science.
Yeah, that's another point for Dylan. So Dylan's like
Okay.
he's speeding along 62 to 55. Boy, this is not going the way I expected it. I'm telling you. Let's go to a different genre of music.
There you
Let's
go.
go to a different genre of music. Maybe I
Okay,
should have
hang
gotten
on.
a little bit more country western type stuff. I did not, but I thought these would be identifiable by
I don't listen to country western.
Okay, so let's try this then. We're taking a walk with Laura.
We're outside.
It's
Any idea?
It's Idol. I know it's Billy Idol.
No.
It's not Billy Idol?
I know Scotty.
No, that's not Billy Idol.
Songs. Come on, feel the noise.
Oh. Laura got it. She got it.
Okay, well, I'm going to give Laura 7 points.
I got it.
7 points. So we're tied at 62 to 62 now. And let's see, I've got, hold on. And, okay, so we've got 3 songs left. Let's go with this one. This is a big, big, big hit, okay?
I know this one now.
You are not me.
Yes. Losing my religion. REM. See, that one sounds like REM. The other ones I was like, huh?
Some of them sound almost dead on, and some of them, like I said, like when I was playing this is it's got a lot of low,
Bassy, yeah.
bassy sounds, and Scott's enjoying me bopping. You should see what I'm bopping on.
What's Laura bopping on?
She looks like she's riding a freaking horse.
Oh, trampoline.
Oh, she's on the trampoline.
Trampoline.
Okay. Trampoline.
2 more songs left. Maybe that'll help. This will help Laura. She's bouncing on a trampoline as we speak.
It's a first on the snooze. Somebody
Yes.
bouncing on a trampoline while doing the snooze.
Okay, 2 more left. Here we go.
What'd you say?
Is it Cars?
Cars.
That's the name of it?
It is.
Tell me who sang that song, and I'll give you 1,000 bonus points.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Tom Waite. I don't know.
Would you give me 1,000 if I told you who it was?
Yeah, so
It's Gary Newman.
Gary Newman, yes.
No.
1,000 points for Dylan.
What's really great about it is
Gary Newman, like the old man?
no, that's someone
Somebody else knew.
Yeah, and Gary Newman is N-U-M-A-N. It's not Newman, N-E-W-M-A-N. What's interesting is that I listen to WBAL Radio, it's our news station, and every Thursday they do like a car segment, and that's the song they always use to introduce it.
There's a lot of radio stations who have that, where they do something that has a car.
Yeah.
Sometimes they use that for traffic, too.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So here goes the last song, and I am going to declare whoever guesses this one will be the winner. So, here goes the last one. Are you ready? Oh wait, hold on. I got one notification. Gary Newman. No, you spelled it wrong. Take some points away from Scott.
What? It's N-U-M-A-N, isn't it?
He spelled it wrong. Scott did. He spelled
Oh,
it
okay.
N-U-E-M-A-N. He spelled it N-U-E-M-A-N.
Yeah, it's REM. I just don't know which one it is. I thought it was Stand, but it's not, is it? No, it's not Stand. Damn it, I should know this.
Everybody Hurts.
No, played that before.
Is it Everybody Hurts?
No, I played that before. You guys didn't get it. That was Shiny
Oh, Happy People.
People, and I picked that one because it's got that start where it's very slow, like, and then it goes into that faster beat where it changes time. I put REM songs in there because I know Dylan's a big REM fan, and some of them were weird sounding REM songs, and my plan was to give them to you and drive Dylan crazy with them. It just didn't work with the sound quality that we're having tonight, so I've got to find... Now, we did this on Snarkstock Radio.
I'll teach you sometime, Laura. I think you might like them.
Well, that was the whole idea, was you weren't supposed to get those songs. It was supposed to drive Dylan crazy, and he was going to get them, and I was going to give him no points for it. So, unfortunately, this did not turn out the way I thought it would, because I was going to make the guest win, but Dylan has 1,025 points, although it's probably backwards for you people, and Laura, you got 67, but wait, hold on. There's been a scoring change.
We'll add 1,000.
I added 1,000 to Laura, so it
Being a good
looks like Laura
sport.
actually won by 5 points.
And your prize is you go to my YouTube channel and you play my top 105 REM songs of all time, and you listen to them, and you'll be a fan after you hear them. There you go.
It would drive me crazy. I hated them back in the time.
No, you see, that's
I
the thing.
was totally...
But back when they were popular? or early on?
Yeah, I totally got into them. I was like jamming with Motley Crue and Poison back then, so
So was I, but I
totally
also
wasn't into that.
listened to REM and new wave music
No
and
REM, no U2. I hated all that stuff.
um,
You're rock
You loved it,
music. That's cool.
Dylan.
That's cool. You're rock.
OMDs, Susie and the Banshees, all that good stuff. Psychedelic Furs, listen to that crap. Also listen to, Anthrax and Metallica and Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Zeppelin. So, however, now Scott wants to know if he was on the snooze, and maybe we'll have him on the snooze. If we played this game, would I play him all Nirvana songs? No, I wouldn't play the Nirvana songs for you.
You'd play them for me.
Okay. But they would be Nirvana songs that may be a little bit on the sketchy side as far as what they sounded like. So it would be really hard for you to win. That was fun. I gotta figure out a better way of doing this though. It sounds that bad because when I did it on Snarkstock Radio, I actually just used another PC, and I actually used PC speakers, and these are the PC speakers I used. But I figured it would be a little bit easier if I used the Bose thing, and I guess the Bose thing is not the option to use. So,
Poor Bozy.
yeah. Bose, bop, diddy bop. So next Thursday we are going to do the Snarkstock wrap up. What did we say? Talking
Snarkstock. Yep.
So we'll do that, and we can get up to 10 people in here. So you tell me who are solicit people when we're together.
I got some ideas already, so I will let you know.
I'm sure you do. So with that, you know what, Dylan? We'll schedule the next snooze next week, but
Okay.
it'll probably be after the 4th.
Probably. That's the period we usually do it anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll talk about that then, though. Yeah.
So, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with Talking Snarkstock. Thank you, Laura. Laura is the person that gives us all the birthdays. She gives birth to
Laura's the
Snarkstock.
greatest.
She gives birth every month to
You.
Snarkstock. She's popping out kids left and right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll do this again, and then next time we'll have you sorted out with your tech before you come on. She put granny
All
glasses on. That just bothered me. Good night, everyone.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day.
It will be. No cat piss in my shoes. Or your shoes. Or anybody's.
It can't get any worse. Jim.
It could. It could. When you've got cats, sometimes, they get pissed off and they just fuck you up. It's true. That's why I live a life that is better without cats. Good night, everyone.
Good night.